What it do, everybody? Red Diversity here. We are back with another Cinderace video. Um, I've been trying to climb this ladder with my Dragon Pult deck. I mean, and I'll say, I'll say one thing, man. It is consistent, but it is definitely not it's definitely not meta anymore, and because I think the biggest thing is people know the strat, at least with the deck, and it's 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 ways to counter it. And one of the biggest ways to counter it is basically just having a card, just basically having a card that can, like, because Cinderace, I'm sorry, Dragapult, he doesn't do too much damage. He kind of, like, you can get four, like, it's like it's a waiting game, or not waiting game. It's like it's playing a long game usually when you're playing with him, because you can usually knock out two EX Pokemon and within 2 turns, just like any like heavy hitter. So he isn't underrated or anything like that. Most of the meta, he actually, pretty much handles readily, except for except really going against another Dragapult deck, and also going against a Charizard deck where the heavy hitters are really hard. Like there's a Pidgeot, it's hard to deal. It's just hard to deal with those type of decks. The best way to win is to like get an early attack off, and then like just feed from there. So it is a lot of work, honestly, to win with a Dragapult deck, at least early. So, I mean, against certain decks, if you can't get going early is what I meant to say. So, yeah, we're back with a Cinderace deck, though. But anyways, point was with that story was that it's inconsistent right now. It's not to say it was ever really that consistent. Maybe I need to go back and tweak it a little bit, find something new that works, or just use some new cards or something like that in the deck. But the biggest thing with that deck, and I'll show you guys the deck too, so you guys like what Dragon Ball. I have so many videos of this deck, so yeah, go check them out. Yeah, it's consistent. It's basic. Setting up, it isn't too hard. It's not too time consuming. It's not too much to ask. Setting up is, it's there. So that's one thing we focus on. Is just getting set up, and then once you get set up and going, this deck is really hard to stop. So I think the biggest thing when it comes to this deck, and that is once it gets set up, especially if you can get like 2 or 3 Draloke, I'll say Draloke, I think, but I think I'm not sure as that, but I think it's Draloke. I'm not sure. So it's kind of like it's kind of like 2 words just matched into one. But yeah, when you have 2 of these out, your deck is pretty good. Like it's setting up isn't too bad. You can draw, like, your draw engine's there. This is pretty much your draw engine, so that's why it's really important, and that's why we actually don't run too many rare candies in this deck, because we actually like running Dralokes because they're our draw engine. So if we can get like 3 of those, 4 of those out, the most optimal that deck can get is having. There's been times where I've had been fully set up. I've had a Dragapult out and 3 Dralokes. And I think we carry 4 in the deck, which we may need to take one of these out. But we carry 4 of these in the deck. So at worst, like, we can always have one out. We can always use one. And so yeah, really, really powerful. But we may actually, now I think, the more I think on this, I may need to take one of these out and put in another Dragapult. Because there's so many times I'm in a situation where I want or need Dragapult over so yeah. But anyways, I gotta think on that. But anyways, yeah, really, really, really strong deck. It's just not the meta anymore. But Cinderace, I've had really a lot of fun. This deck we're running with today. Had a lot of fun with this deck the other day. Got some dubs. I think we can capitalize again today. I think we're in good shape, man. I think we can get some wins, and I think this deck is underrated, but also it's very beatable. Meta, very very beatable in the meta. Um, so yeah, I think, and also, wait, do we have another? Do we have one? I like to use cards with good art, and I'm trying to think. Do we have? No, we don't. I thought I could have sworn we was at one point supposed to unlock this support, but I don't know if we. I just guess we just never got it or what. But yeah, and so yeah, just a lot going on here. But this deck, pretty fun. 9 energy, and I feel like sometimes we don't have enough energy, but 9 is pretty ideal, or just kind of your optimal amount you're gonna carry around. So 9 energy here. Manaphy, kind of. I think I added Manaphy into this deck. Manaphy, oh my god! And one of the negative things about this deck, Radiant Charizard, very 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 rare, but you can definitely run into a situation where Radiant Charizard he's your only basic Pokemon. And if he's your only basic Pokemon, I pretty much have to waste a switch on him. And that sucks. Or I could use Professor Turo, but that was, it's not ideal, a lot of work. So that's probably the biggest like red herring or flaw to this deck, is if that happens, I pretty much have to let them knock out the Charizard. So that's pretty much there. And yeah. So I think that's pretty good. Anything else I want to mention? I think we're good. So again, like I said, the deck works really well. I'm just looking at it a little bit, and so yeah, decks works really well. But here, as you can see, even if they could have potentially, if it's a certain deck, they can potentially ignore Cinderace and just go around me and hit my low EX, my low V and EX cards. Very easy could do that. So that's one thing you kind of got to be worried about. Also, but with us as well, with Cinderace, they have to be kind of careful of that too, because we can snipe certain things now. It's not often that I run into too many nowadays that I run into too many squabbles. But throw a squabble out there if you want to. I'm sniping your squabble. And I'm probably gonna set you up where you can't hit me the next turn if possible. So like I said, really really decent deck at times. I think sometimes it takes too much to get this thing going, but I think we have a lot of cards that work. So let's go. Let's give it a go. Hopefully get one of those really interesting games. I have so many games where I either win or lose by like some slight margin of, luck or like unluckiness. So there was one game I really wish I had recorded, because I lost to the crit. I've never seen the way I lost. I had never seen it before. So this is actually not that bad of a hand, I think so. Oh, actually, this is a really great hand out. The more I look at it, because we can actually Evo next turn, but. Yep, there. Okay, I was saying we're gonna need some energy. That's for sure. I would have really liked to get out. No, we'll be patient because we can still do some work next turn. Yeah, we can still do a lot next turn. Okay, so I think we're good here. We can get an attack off too if everything lines up, but I have to be patient here. A good thing we went first here. Looking at anytime I see a Duskull deck, a Duskull. Now this card has also been really annoying, and I probably should add. This is maybe what my Dragapult deck needs to like really, I think, go to the next level. It's probably a Duskull, honestly, because that should let me snipe some Pokemon after like I do the 200 on them or some, you know, it should let me do something. I recently went against the Gardevoir deck, and I always seem to lose to it. But like the Gardevoir deck, it looks so bad on paper. It doesn't always get set up. It is just one of those decks. I'm just like, how in the world are people running this? Okay, so here we're able to get off an attack, and we're also able to we got Pidgeot set up. We're able to get off an attack here, so we're in really good shape here. And actually, and one thing I could do is just pull a Cinderace. But one smart thing to do a little deck thinning. And I've never heard anyone. I don't really watch that many other TCG YouTubers. But one thing I know, like from other games, card games, is like you want to thin your deck out for cards that you really don't need anymore. And I always pull out that feather ball just so that I can do that little maneuver. One thing that sucks here is we're not hitting anything important, so that's the only thing that kind of sucks here. We're not hitting nothing important at all, and we actually can't even attack next turn too. So well, actually we can. We just gotta rig the system next turn. So oh, you know what? Actually, we can snipe next turn. I forgot. Actually, if we pull out what's his name, we can actually snipe next turn. I forgot. Ah, interesting. Did he and let me see. Did he use 2 Ultra Balls or my trip? No, he used 1. Ah, okay, never mind. He pulled some energy back out. I was like, whoa, to discard all of your energies and crazy, because this deck does not run on a lot of energy, by the way. So Very bad play by him. Tera, wait, what is this? Mm-hmm. We got a few options here. Okay, first thing I need to figure out is, do we have the switch? Okay, we do have switch. It's not stuck. Okay, great. Okay. Okay. That's what we're gonna pull out. We're gonna do a bit of sniping here. There's certain cards I made sure to leave here and here and switch out. Oh, nice. Wait a minute. Oh my God. You know, one thing I just noticed, this Temple of Sinnoh, dude, I'm able to hit for 280 again because it negates the -20 effect of the double energy. So that's kind of cool. So what I think he's gonna do here, I wish I had Reboot. I mean, I bought all these new Pokemon names so much. He's either gonna pull out Ayuno, which would be okay with me. I wouldn't care. My hand's trash right now. Or he's gonna play Yeah, okay, I figured. I wish I would have threw out them balls out in my hand earlier. That would have been nice if I could have just thrown those out earlier. But it's fine. So yeah. If I could get that feather ball back, that would be nice. If I could go ahead and evolve this one before, like, okay, before this Duskull does anything relevant. And I'm actually gonna leave that temple up a little bit longer so we can and I think right now another good thing too is, all right, so we pretty much win this. All right, and here's a few things that like puts him in a bad predicament. First of all, and then if he doesn't disrupt our hand again, we're also good to like pretty much attack him again next turn, pretty hard. So one thing is he can't use Duskull. If he does, he pretty much like sets himself up to just like lose here. Now, even if he's able to potentially get a Charizard out here, that's fine. I don't think Charizard one-shots us. Well, I think with the belt he actually does, I think, right? Because I think Charizard does 300 here, right? Can someone do the math for me? I can never do the math until like, okay. So this is tricky because now Arven, he's going to pull out Arven most likely. Or he could another Ayuno. Wow, that is baffling. But baffling. And what's even crazier, bro, wait. It's no way. If he can't evolve here, if he doesn't get the, oh my God. We just snipe here. We just snipe here, bro. But we're actually in a bad spot. If he gets everything he needs, we're actually in a pretty bad spot. But without the choice belt, right? Without choice belt, we win. We just pretty much snipe what's his name. And I know I'm saying no, we can't do it. Well, nah. Our hands too crappy right now. Wait. Do you have a switch? Wait a minute. 50. No, that's still not enough. That's still not enough to knock me out. I was like, I don't think this deck carries a switch in it, does it? That's why they always hide Charizard, I'm pretty sure. But even yeah, okay, we just win here. We just snipe. Which is pretty rare to just get a snipe off here. Grand volley. And that's a dub. Nice. Well, we was able to put a lot of pressure on him before he could get set up. So really, really nice win there. Again, I think one of the original things I seen with this deck I saw one thing was to run the max belt, or not. What's that item that adds no, not the max belt, but the hero cape. There it is. The hero cape with this, because Cinderace, and I'll tell you this, but the thing with that one, that limits the deck, because most of the time without this sparkling crystal, you are pretty much like, you were scrambling to get an attack off like early game, unless you get this crystal, which is pretty easy since you're running 4 Arvin. You can pretty much get that, and so you're pretty good a lot on that. And another thing to think about as well is that Cinderace, usually once you get one set up, it's gonna be pretty hard to knock him out. You really can't one-shot him, and he pretty much one-shots 80% of the meta, I would say. Like he's one-shotting Chang Pao, he's one-shotting all of the electric decks. He's you know, even with like he's one-shotting Arceus, he's one-shotting Giratina, he's one-shotting Pidgeot, which is amazing to be able to just knock him out in one go. That's kind of like our biggest thing, is snatching a Pidgeot to just hit him pretty hard. But yeah, the deck, it works. It works, man. I tell you, if you can get Pidgeot set up, you are pretty good. So I have faith that we can probably pull out another dub here. So let's do it. Let's do it. Oh. Okay. Wait, wait, who's going first here? Oh, no, not us. No. Also, another thing, Ultra Balls, man. This deck doesn't need to waste its time with Ultra Balls. And those are very well. I don't wait. Why are we running Ultra Ball? Does anyone evolve from them? Well, no, we just need basic balls. And okay, and that's perfect. I can't ask for better than that. There is an issue here though, because how the heck? He shouldn't be able to get an attack off next turn. I'm pretty sure. But considering he got rid of his professor research, he may be able to. So. Um, I feel like he's gonna disrupt our hand next turn anyway, so I'm a live with this actually. Hmm. Oh, he okay. I knew he had. I knew he had some. I knew he had some draw in there. I'm surprised he didn't. I'm surprised he didn't Ayuno us there. So that's interesting. In theory, he could win here. If he lucks up, but I don't think it's top four. Yeah, he would have to like all the next four cards would have to be energy for him. If we're lucky, he gets no energy here, but that's. I think this deck's pretty much built to. Yeah, pretty much built for that. I think we survived this, right? Nope, he's doing 80. He's doing 80. I knew that. I knew I should have put the energy on the back. Darn it. Okay, that's perfectly fine. I was not a big fan of my hand. Oh, even more perfect. Now we can set up nice. We ate that up. Perfectly ate. Perfectly ate. And then so 280, yeah. Well, we're doing like way more than 280 on him. So I think here's an okay strat. We don't like lose anything here. You're going to the hand. And we don't even need the crystal yet. He's in pretty rough shape here. I don't see him. I mean, he could look up here. Let's see. Boss order. I really don't. I'm not a big fan of the magma basin. Just for that 20 damage. This 20 damage has bited me plenty of times in the butt. Let me do some mental math here though and think about this. So he does 40 damage for each energy attached. So he would need 40. How do you get to 300? 4 times uh he would need 5 energy alone just to get wait, did he already use one of the things? Did he use this super rod? Did he just use that, or did he was that is that oh, he would need like even with 6, how much is 6? 20 4, right? He would need so much energy. I mean, that's completely fine. We don't care. Honestly, don't care. If he can't set up another Dialga, he's done. Like, just done here. And even then, what? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. And we already had Boss Order in our hand a while ago, so. And him subbing us out did him no favors there. One thing though, let's take this one from just don't apply. Okay, never mind. So when you snipe, I can't snipe the Dialga for like 103 for like a 360 because you can't apply weaknesses, which sucks. Because imagine we could snipe that Dialga from like we could literally yeah. I would have probably that was a smart play. Like he had to wait to build up energy, I think. Yeah. Again, this deck usually doesn't it's interesting. It feels like anytime I'm actually recording this deck, it actually does way better than when I'm not. But yeah, this deck, it has potential. I mean, like, it has potential. I'll say that. Like, it's very situational. You can easily have some bad hands, but for the most part, the deck is built to get you Cinderace and Pidgeot out. So if you can get those guys out, you are pretty much ready to roll. Deck thinning is like if they can reduce your hand. I feel like with any deck, if they reduce your hand, you're in bad shape. But some decks are better at recovering from that than others, especially the draw heavy decks. Like, oh my goodness, Raging Bolt decks, super good at getting drawing cards. Oh my gosh, that Gold Dingo deck, oh my goodness, that Gold Dingo deck they can get freaking they can go from like 2 cards to 10 cards in one turn. Yeah, and so it's a lot of crazy decks that can get you high draws. But yeah, so our decks are very disrupted once that happens. But the good thing is we do have Pidgeot. If we get Pidgeot out, a disruption like Ayuno doesn't do too much. We can still pretty much work around that. But yeah, so anyways, that's all I got for you guys on this one. I hope you guys did enjoy this, man. I do enjoy this Cinderace deck. I want to use it to climb, but it wasn't that successful at first. But maybe the more I get used to it, the more I'm like, okay, I see what I need to do. So yeah, I think it's pretty much most decks. Like, you have to play at least 15 games before, like, if you just can't win, like, if you just like your first 5 games, like, just can't even like fathom, like, you can't even like it's like it was no path to victory, then yeah, you might need to tweak the deck. But if you like are winning or losing, I would say play 15 games before you really just like start really throwing stuff in and out the room. But yeah, so unless you just see like a blatant weakness, like I don't think Manaphy was initially in this deck until, like, you know, obviously, like if a freaking if we're getting sniped by Greninja, like, we're in tough shape. So, but yeah, hope you guys did enjoy this, man. We're Diversity, we're out. Peace. Hit that thumbs up, like button. Please comment. Let me see some comments. But if you did enjoy this video, because it is a fun deck, man. Anyways, peace out.